Hello and welcome back to another episode of Isaac. Again, going to do another daily challenge. Without further ado, let's start hopping into the video. Last I went on an exposition of how much I've actually gotten done in my runs, but it's kind of not important right now because, well, I figured no point in repeating myself for this episode. And a Napoleon run, huh? I haven't played Napoleon in a while. One of those characters I want to like, and I think the gimmick's cool and all with like his starting item. I just rarely use it because I'd much rather have whatever item is in the item room or like boss room instead of voiding it, right? This daily's only going to Mom's Foot, so it's not that bad. Gonna be a quick run. Let's try not to have as much silence like in between shit, but one of my big issues is like I'm focusing in on a fight, I tend to get quiet and, hone in on the fight rather than, talking. But I'm trying to like work on that so it's not so bad. But when I do talk, I end up taking a lot of unnecessary damage. Thankfully, like I said, this one's only going to Mom's Foot. It's not like it's going down to the chest or to Sheol or the dark room. Oh, I'm glad that dropped health. But yeah, I don't mind Napoleon as a character. He's a pretty basic character. He's just essentially Isaac, but with a different starting item, and like less health. Like that's his whole thing. And I you know what? That's fine. Instead of re-rolling items, you just suck them up and get stats instead, right? I think that's a pretty useful gimmick if used right. Except for the fact that I never want to use it, especially when I get items like this. I don't know, it seems kind of pointless half the time, right? Like, half the time I want to use it, it's just like the item's too good, or I'd rather have the stats the item gives me instead of getting the fucking, like, stat ups from the Void. The only other time I'd want to use the Void is if it's an active item, and even then, it's not doing me any good. I have realized I forgot to start the music. That's on me. Hopefully that music isn't too loud. But, yeah, no, it's like half the time I just don't even want to use it. And the only time it's really useful is when, well, it's an active item and I don't really want to suck up the active item. Also, what is this fire drop rate? A nickel, a soul heart, and a penny. All in one room. This version of Haunt can be somewhat difficult, if not unpredictable. Thankfully I have enough bombs to really not have to worry about it, but it can definitely be an unpredictable fight. Like, even in this case, though, like I said, even in this case, I still don't want to suck up the item because I needed the health up. But no, that one can be unpredictable, and thankfully it's, doesn't have a large health pool, so you can wipe it out pretty quickly with a bomb. Any enemy that jumps can be annoying to deal with. Like, dealing with them or Trites are pretty bad. The headless jumpers with the blood coming down, I don't know what they're called. I've not looked into any of the any of the enemy names in a while. But the ones that are those headless jumpers that have the like blood trail on the front of them. They're especially annoying because they can just jump across the room and like land on top of you, which, you know, is pretty frustrating, especially when you're like when you don't see them jumping and you just end up getting hit with, you know, a random hit of damage out of nowhere. Okay. With the second key, I can at least go to my... Actually, I think this is a damage up, and it, like, kills, heal you now. But it's like every, like, 16 kills or something like that. I'll suck it up. Why not? Faster fire rate, and slightly faster speed. It's pretty meh, all things considered. Oh, it's the double luck penny room. Honestly, the best shop in the game. Even if you gotta fight two of these, like, Keeper's Head, or whatever they're called. You know, shopkeeper heads. Unlucky that they're champions, but end of the day, not so bad of a fight. I wouldn't mind taking Red Stew. Strictly to try to run through this, like, next couple of floors really quickly. Alright, I can't be going slowly. The, joy of Red Stew is it forces you to go quickly, right? But by forcing you to go quickly, you can, like, rebuild up some of that lost damage that gets lost over time, and you can, you know, make sure you have a lot that you can deal with the bosses or other enemies. At the same time, I really don't want to skip things like my item room just for this damage. Because while I might be able to beat Mom with it, it's not going to be good enough for, like, it might not last me that long. Honestly, I'd rather suck up those items too. Speed and range, or speed and shot speed. Again, pretty meh. Again, I really want to like Void. Circle of Protection would have been nice, which is why it's like, Void's not that great. Especially missing out on things like Circle of Protection, which could, like, protect me from tears, and it's one of those weird things where it's like, I want to like it really badly, but I oftentimes find it to be underwhelming, right? It's not bad, it's just underwhelming. That's Brittle Bones, which means every time I have, yeah, replaces all my red hearts with bone hearts, and every bone heart I lose, I get a permanent fire rate upgrade, I think. Right? Let me leave the room. Let's double check it's permanent, yeah. And it can break tier cap. So, I'm gonna get rid of a couple of those. Bomb my way to that. So I can get 2 extra bombs out of this. And then I'm going to fill up the remaining bone hearts and head to the next floor. Well, yeah. At least this way, this next floor can go by somewhat easily. I always love taking risks in a room like that. Shot speed is not bad. I mean, do I take... Yeah, no, fuck it. Again, Swimming Book's one of those items that I'm, like, very, iffy on if it's a good item or a bad item. It's fun. very fun. I don't know if I would necessarily call it a good item. Although I feel like it's gotten a huge buff in Repentance, even if it didn't. I used to feel like soy milk did no damage at all, right? I could hit an enemy with 1,000 tears and it would kill him. Granted, I have red stew effect still, which is helping with the damage. But, I don't know. For some reason it feels buffed. More than maybe it necessarily should. That's more what I'm used to with it. Oh god, my damage is still going down. What? I thought I was gonna stop at like 1. 0.7 damage. Yikes. I'll take the soul heart. I had a guess. Secret room's probably here. But let me double check that it can be there. Yeah, it can be. Could also be in this on the side too. Seeing this layout of this room, I'd assume, if not the secret room, the top secret room's here. Really? Also tinted rock. I didn't miss it. Hey, I'm back up above 1 damage. Fucking soy milk, man. The item itself isn't necessarily bad. It's just one of those items that have a love-hate relationship, right? Because I always like big numbered damage tiers. Or 25 cents is a soul heart, or is a red heart container. I could have absorbed the guppy item. Chances of getting guppy are very low. I don't really think I had any reason to take it. Oh man. I always get annoyed when I like on these second floors where the boss trap rooms are at. I always get annoyed when it's not when my secret room's not next to the boss trap room, right? Because it's like, damn, I really wish I could just get in there and get a free item, but they changed it, so now you have to be at like 1 heart exactly. I mean, they buffed it in the sense that it's like it's guaranteed item from the, I think it's the boss room pool, right? It's a guaranteed boss room pool item, so it's still a powerful item, and it's still gotten a huge buff. But at the same time, it's got that nerf of like, you know, you can't just have only soul hearts and get in there anymore. You have to have exactly 1 heart, no matter what type of container it is. Which is kind of like, not a bad thing, but it's not like, that only makes it harder to do, right? I don't really want to avoid that, because it just uses it every time I use my void. How I managed to avoid taking damage, I have no idea. That was a close call twice in a row. Just kind of hoping I could squeeze past after, like right before they shot. Poison the enemies. I'm assuming poison is based on your tier damage, because it looks like they take a lot of poison damage. It's one of those like basic game mechanics that I don't know off the top of my head. Twice the magician card. God, don't know why I was struggling to say the word magician. Damn you, high speed. Nah, I need the poison damage. I don't think I've ever seen this room. It must be one of the like super rare rooms you can get. Was there anything in the shop worth buying? I don't think there was. Also, how was I missing 2 red hearts worth out of my bone hearts? Shouldn't it have taken one of my bone hearts? That's confusing. Like, I'm 90% certain I shouldn't have had any. Like, I should be like 1 bone heart container less now then. Gotta watch my shadow and make sure it doesn't get bigger, because that means there's still another mom's hand in the room, but it's been long enough that I don't think there is. God, that's why I don't like soy milk. Like, unless you have, like, high damage for a soy milk build, it just... The 30 tier rate is not saving me. But even if I hit most of my tiers, look how little damage it's doing. No, I wasn't expecting you to come dive bombing me in the process. I could just let him kill himself on the fires at this rate. Too bad for you, War. I am way faster than you right now. Even if it's gonna take me a while to kill you, I got enough speed that I can outrun you. Immaculate Heart. I think is the damage up? Yeah. Plus the Halo tiers, but that doesn't really matter. I meant to use a Magician on this floor, since I had a second one. Oh well. Not the end of the world, I suppose. I don't think I've ever seen an item for sale in the shop. Also, what does 2020 do with soy milk? Because isn't it like a damage reduction too? Yeah, fuck it. I just gotta see it. It just means my tiers aren't staggered anymore. There's just 2 spread out very far apart from each other. That's the first time I've seen an arcade with an item for sale. It's so weird. Again, it must be like a super rare arcade that I've just never seen before. Is this just the fucking daily run where they want to show off some of their more rare rooms you can get? Yeah, there's a possibility that I can get the secret room into the... Sorry, I was focused on the enemies. Into my boss trap room. Again, I don't necessarily want to avoid that item. Like how, that's the other thing about soy milk is like the large knockback on it. And of course, it's the only fucking secret room I could have gotten that would have locked me out of my boss trap room. Of course it is. Like, soy milk's knockback can be detrimental sometimes, right? To enemies with like a low resistance to knockback. You just push them out of the way of your tier sometimes. Trying to think. I might want to sacrifice this bone heart. Just so I can, again, increase my fire rate just a little bit more. So let me go check my curse room, see what's in there. Pushed it too far. Let's try that again. Well, I sacrificed it. And the way I didn't want to. I don't really need the money, because there literally wasn't anything for sale in the shop I wanted. Alright, time to go fight Mother. Those two, like, back-to-back stomps I wasn't expecting. It always throws me off because, like, they definitely changed the way the mom fight works and some of the, like, champion variants of it. Because, like, before, the only time you'd really get two, like, rapid back-to-back stomps was with the red mom. Genesis voided. Oh, that's weird. The door's still open, but it's 20:02. Must have got it on the frame like right before it closed, right? Alright. Well, that's today's daily. I didn't realize it was gonna be as quick as it was, but you know, it's not a bad daily run. It's kind of fun, especially with soy milk in it. It was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Let's see if I can figure out what the name of this enemy is. Oh, man. Oh, wait, here it is. There's the Hopper. So I'm assuming it's the Bloody Hopper, then, is the name of the enemy. Sticky Leaper. Oh, it's just a Leaper. Alright. It's killed me 6 times, I assume, is what that's trying to say. They're not the worst, like, enemies that do that, like, jump across the room type thing. They're just, it's annoying sometimes. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like, comment, or subscribe. And if you want to catch me playing more of Isaac, you can catch me over at twitch.tv. The link will be in the description below. And without further ado, have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever. And bye-bye.